Before the break, we saw a young woman taking desperate measures to make the grade. But true or false, people will be just as likely to step in if our would-be criminals are teenage boys. It may seem far-fetched in the movies.
You want to steal the answers to the SAT.
They are not playing fair. Why should we?
But back at Sip This in Valley Stream, New York, this woman is about to overhear a plan that's just as corrupt.
Yeah, I do everything. I take care of it all.
I'm just thinking, like, what if?
There isn't gonna be a what if. The what if is I show up on Saturday, write the SAT for you, and it's a done deal. I don't even need a fake for this. I kind of look like you already.
She tries to stay focused on the conversation with her friend, but she just can't get over what's happening at the next table.
I take the SAT literally like once a month.
Are you serious?
Yeah, that's how frequently I have to do it, like when kids pay me. I'm in high demand.
And when money changes hands, she is clearly astounded, but she still won't step in. We send our professional test taker away, giving our stressed-out teen a minute to himself. And that's when Viola Yuru makes her move.
Think about what you're doing. Don't do this. Think twice.
Well, this is how kids take the SATs now. It's different.
If that's what you think, then that's the type of person you're going to be when you grow up. You're going to cheat your whole life.
Desperate. I have to get into school.
You will get into school. I don't want to play your own marriage.
Time to introduce ourselves.
Hi, ma'am. You were amazing.
Hello.
What was going through your mind?
If it was my son in that position, and there was a person like myself sitting here, and they heard that conversation, I would like that this person say the same thing to my son.
George Miller picks up right away on the conspiring young men.
Okay, so what kind of score can you guarantee me on the SAT?
He even texts his wife to see if she's hearing what he's hearing.
I'll make sure that your SAT scores reflect your grades.
At first, it sounds like he's going to give advice on how to cheat.
So why don't you go in a car or something like that and talk in private? This is a public place over here.
But it doesn't take long for him to tell these boys what he's really thinking.
You're a loser.
Excuse me?
You heard me?
I'm not a loser, man. This is my livelihood, all right?
Preying on young kids.
I'm not preying on young kids. He came...
You're preying on them, period.
But George isn't done yet. He has some questions for our anxious high schooler.
You didn't give him $1,000.
He clearly just did.
That's what it costs to get a good grade on the SATs.
Over here studying.
I really don't
arrested for this. That's illegal. You can't do that.
It's a loophole. It's fine.
You're a future politician over here. Take a test yourself, period. You deal with it.
What would you do?
Excuse me, Shane, that's my line.
Should break it, huh?
Yeah, let's break.
Hi, sir. How are you? I'm John Quinones with What Would You Do, the TV show. Are you always this outspoken?
Sometimes, when I'm in the mood. That got me in the mood.
And you had to get involved.
The guy's talking out loud over here. I texted my wife. I said, you hear what these people... We're texting each other back. You hear what this guy's talking about over here?
But even if he was doing it in the privacy of his car, it would be wrong.
Of course it's still wrong. Because obviously the young kid was in a dilemma, didn't know what to do, a lot of pressure from the home, and he sees an easy fix over here, and it's not the way it goes, period.
Up to now, bystanders haven't hesitated from pointing these two young men down the right path. But we wonder, what'll happen if it's not an insecure teenager looking for easy answers, but his goal-obsessed mother?
Do you realize you need the perfect score to get into a school? And if you don't get the perfect score, there's no way you're gonna get into school.
When our SAT expert shows up, Shane tries to be the voice of reason.
Mom, this is a horrible plan. I don't want to do this.
But Mom won't have it.
Sweetie, we did the fake test. You didn't even break 1,500. That was the pre-test.
So why don't I just go to a community college?
Community college? That's embarrassing. Don't you even say that again.
And Shane isn't the only person uncomfortable with this discussion.
You'd be surprised how many moms pay me to take the test for the kids.
This woman is listening, too.
And it's 2,000 even, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And she's astounded by what the mother says next.
We're doing this. And I bet if I asked anybody else in here, they'd be fine.
Really? Really?
But despite her obvious disapproval and Shane's objections...
You're embarrassing.
It's only after the boys have left and our actress Tracy reaches out to her that Monica Kaminsky speaks up.
I also would be worried about you getting in trouble for it.
Yeah, but it's pretty foolproof because I mean, he pretty much said it's a surname. It's like a.
I don't know, but I wouldn't know he was gonna.
Yeah, but you know what he does? So you're not saying don't do it. You're just saying be careful.
In the end, though, Monica puts politeness aside and lays it on the line.
I wouldn't do it.
You wouldn't do it.
No, because it's really bad. No, it's like cheating. Like, right. Kids want to impress their parents. They want to make their parents happy. When you're telling him that you're embarrassed by him going, you know, I mean, that's really hurtful.
Time to let her know it's what would you do.
That's great.
Hi there. I'm John Quinones.
What were you thinking?
I just felt really bad for the kid, honestly.
He didn't want to do it, he said.
And I'm sure there are parents like that out there. And I didn't do great on the SATs, so I know how that feels. I was like, I wish I could grab him and just say, don't do it.
At the end of the day, whether it was stressed out girls or stressed out boys looking for an easy way out, or an overbearing mother trying to give her son an unethical leg up, when faced with this test, people who stepped in already knew the answers.
What do you want kids to learn from this?
The easy way out never pays out in the long run. And my lesson is over.
In this video, a brief step-by-step process of the Conduct Review Board will be explained thoroughly. The beginning scene shows a scenario of two students taking a pop quiz and what happens after.
What is the capital of France? All right, next question. How about the capital of Spain? And just to make sure you guys studied, what is the capital of Nepal? Abednego, are you looking at Aaron's paper?
Of course not, sir.
Of course you're not. Then why were your eyes glued right to his paper?
I wasn't.
That's it. Give me your test. I'm taking this to Mr.
But I wasn't cheating.
You're gonna talk to him after school.
Sir, I wasn't cheating.
The test is done. It's a 0.
I wasn't cheating though.
And you looked at his paper. That is cheating.
But I really wasn't.
Academic dishonesty is treated heavily at this school.
Alright. I guess I failed it.
Yes, you did, Mr. Chase.
After the student is caught in the act of cheating, he will automatically take a 0, and the teacher is obligated to report the incident to usually the director of student life, disciplinarian, or an administrator. When they are informed of the situation, an investigation is done, and whether or not the student is proven guilty, a CRB will take place since academic dishonesty is treated very serious at CFS. The Conduct Review Board consists of 3 students and 3 adults that recommend what the consequence should be. This recommendation is sent to Mr. Sherrill to accept or decline what the CRB has decided. If it is the student's first offense, usually a suspension will take place unless the circumstances are extremely different. A typical suspension can take place anywhere between 3 to 5 days. When the student returns from his consequence, the Honor Council will step in and help the student learn from his mistakes.
This speech is not about climbing a mountain, overcoming cancer, winning a gold medal, or dodging bullets on the battlefield. It's about something that goes on inside our mind that's very subtle, but outside has a profound effect on how people perceive you. Each day we make hundreds of decisions, and some of those decisions are to do with commitment. Oh, by the way, I was down in London on the Piccadilly line, and I was thundering through the tunnel, and there was a woman reading a book opposite me. I kid you not, the title of this book was Commitment. Men Can't Even Spell It. But seriously, we make loads of decisions based on commitment, agreements, and promises. But when we break our promises, what happens is our internal compass spins around, and we lose direction. So that people look at you and go, he's lost his integrity. She hasn't got any integrity. This is a leadership issue. And we're all involved because it's self-leadership that I'm talking about. From world leaders down to housewives, from CEOs to school children. We need to learn how to keep our word, because when we do, our integrity grows. When we make agreements, we do it with the best intention. We believe fully that we are going to fulfill that agreement. And then, life gets in the way. Marianne Williamson once wrote, "Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that frightens us most. And as we let our light shine, we unconsciously give permission for other people to do the same." But just how exactly are we supposed to let our light shine? I believe one way is through integrity. When we walk into a room, we flick the switch, and it moves the room from darkness to light. It takes 1 second, but it changes everything. Wouldn't it be fantastic if we had a switch in our heart that moved us from darkness to light?